We have Jigar Soni now, who's called in from Borivali, Mumbai. Jigar, how can we help you?
Yeah, good evening, sir. My name is Jigar Soni from Borivali, Mumbai.
Yes,
my
Jigar.
question is, I plan to purchase a 2.5 BHK at Borivali West. The cost of the apartment is 1.95 crores. That's only the flat itself. However, after adding other costs like 2 car parks at 10 each, plus 50 plus flat registration fees, plus service tax, and plus club membership and amenities, with 2 years advance maintenance, the total cost, which developers call it package price or box price, works out to around 2.45 crores. Although I'm eligible for full loan amount, my question is whether I will be funded at 75 to 80% on flat cost only or on box price. I have already considered my margin money share of 20 to 25% on my purchase price. In case if I'm not being funded on other expenses charged by the developers, a few of my friends have suggested to make a separate agreement on rupees 500 stamp paper for furniture and interiors, which can be funded by the lending institution. But that may attract VAT at 8 to 15%, which may prove costly. I request you to please advise me on the above issue, please.
That's a great question, Jigar, and that's something that every borrower should, ideally know before going in for that home loan. Harsh, what does the typical home loan cover?
So first, Jigar, let me give you the regulations. Whether you are taking it from a housing finance company or a bank, if the clear regulation is 75% of the agreement value is covered. So that would effectively mean 75% of 1.8 crores that you mentioned. And I'm assuming your income is enough to take care of any loan that you might be sanctioned. There are several grey areas in the query that you have raised. One, I believe that most banks will fund you for the car parkings that you're going to pay for the club memberships as well, as long as it is part of the agreement. So I think you will be able to get much more than 75% of 180. Clearly, stamp duty and registration, they can't take into account. They're not allowed to take into account. There are several workarounds to what you are wanting. A maximum loan of 75% of 2.4 is what I think what you are looking at. I suggest that you look at, please consult professionals who are very active in the mortgage area. There are ways by which good borrowers will be able to get the loan that they want without having to incur the costs that you are talking about. I mean, you just mentioned one via media of making it as a furnitures and fixtures, etc. There are other options. You may be able to get unsecured loans. If you have some other security, you can get a loan against that, which is equivalent, etc. There are several ways in which the objective that you seek to achieve can be achieved at a very reasonable cost. So I think seek advice, and you should be in a position to get that.
Right. So go ahead, do your homework. There are a lot of professionals in the market who will give you that kind of advice. But having said that, you are eligible for much more than a 1.8 crore loan. Essentially, a bank will lend to you against the agreement, the amount mentioned in the agreement, whatever is the agreement value of the flat. And typically that includes costs like car parking, it includes costs like club membership, etc. So you need to really go through your agreement, see what is included in that, and then go and apply for a home loan. Get that breakup. Your developer will definitely, gladly give you that breakup if you ask them for it. Right. And before we move on, Harsh, there's something else I wanted to ask you about. You spoke about a credit-worthy borrower and how they can up their chance of getting a home loan. Now, I know that there is, I believe the Bank of Baroda has recently come out in the market saying that they are willing to lend keeping in mind the CIBIL score. So essentially the rate of interest at which you get your loan will be determined by how good or how bad your CIBIL score is. Could you break that down a little for our viewers? What will this also impact the loan amount that you are capable of getting?
See, logically, so far, the credit score that you have, if you have a high credit score, it means that you have ease in getting the loan. I'm talking in response to home loans. In respect of home loans, what a good credit score helps you do is that you are able to get a loan easily, which also means that if there is some amount of flexibility available to the bank in terms of quantum of the loan, they will be more flexible, clearly. As of now, on home loans itself, there is very little change in the actual interest rate that will happen. The change that you are speaking about primarily impacts unsecured personal loans. In unsecured personal loans, the rate can be very, very different depending on your credit score and other manner in which your credit is assessed by the lender.
Okay, so as of now, you're saying it will only affect a personal loan. It is not going to affect your home loan.
There won't be any serious impact on your home loans. It might be, if at all it is there, it's very low.
Yeah, but having said that, what is a good credit score?
Any credit score above 750 out of 900, I think that's a pretty good score.
Anything above 750 out of 900, and this is something that you can check for yourself. You can go online and you can go onto the SEBI website. SEBI, in fact, is one of the largest credit score agencies in the country, and you can go there and you can apply for the score, right? And you should be getting your score.
You can get it. You can get it online by paying 550 rupees.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at magicbricksnow. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/magicbricksnow.